here we are. It's a day for tshuva. Sometimes we talk about tshuva being, always saying that you were sorry, repentance, thinking about sin, thinking about things we do wrong. But it also means, how do we get ourselves back on the right path? Sometimes, we make mistakes and we get off of the direction that we want to be going. So tshuva is about helping us go, maybe I'm not going the right way. Let me see if I can go back to this different way, to this other way. So that is what our day is about. So let's turn. Hopefully you have your family prayer books right here. And we're going to turn to page 26 as we begin with Cantor and with Paul Zul with Ma Tovu.
Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Israel.
Yom Kippur, it's a day to think about ourselves. We think about how we have been during the past year. Yom Kippur, it's about tshuva, about understanding that sometimes we've been wrong. Sometimes we've hurt other people. Sometimes we've behaved badly. Tshuva means saying that we are sorry and saying to ourselves and to God, I will try to do better from now on. On Yom Kippur, we pray that God will help us to become better and more caring people. There's a song that we sing asking God to help us make tshuva.
Ve'al kulam Eloah slichot, selach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu. Ve'al kulam Eloah slichot, selach lanu, mechal lanu, selach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu.
For all of these sins, the things that we've done wrong, O God of mercy, forgive us, pardon us, grant us atonement. We rise now for Baruch Hu, our call to worship, page 27.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
God has always loved us. Together, in love, God chose Abraham and Sarah to teach a new faith. In love, God gave the Jewish people Torah. In love, our people pass Torah from generation to generation. And with love, we will study Torah and live by its great teachings. And so we praise God, the source of life and love, and of Israel, our people.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto le'olam
seated. As we prepare for Ve'ahavta, and especially our students who you are learning how to read Hebrew, I want you to take your pointer finger. I want you to put it right there. Even adults, feel free to go ahead and do this too. On the first word of the Hebrew where it says Ve'ahavta, let's follow along and let's chant these words together.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'chtavtam על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk upon your way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, upon your gates. And you shall remember all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. We continue on page 30. On Yom Kippur, we think about the ways we can love God. We love God by giving tzedakah, helping those in need. We love God when we listen carefully when others are teaching us. We love God when we try not to hurt others. We love God when we are kind to animals and careful about keeping our world a beautiful place. Do our best in all that we do. We love God when we live proudly as Jews who know our history and celebrate our traditions. We love God when we sing songs of praise. Thanks for all our blessings.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nenda b'kodesh, nora tehilot b'sefer lev. Shira chadasha shibechu geulim, לשמחה שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני גיא ישראל.
We rise now for the Amidah, page 31.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah v'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevii Gula Livnei Bneihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava.
Our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob taught their children to look for God. Our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, taught their children to find God in their hearts. Our rabbis and teachers have taught us how to live lives of justice, mercy, and love. May we also learn to be kind to others and helpful to those who need us.
Zochreinu lechayim, melech hafetz b'chayim, v'chodveinu b'sefer hachayim, lema'ancha Elohim chayim. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Sarah.
Remember us, O God, and write us in the book of life. You are our God, the God of life. Actually, sorry. There's a two all are seated. O God, you are holy. There is so much in your world that we do not understand. You created nature, all that grows, and all the beauty that surrounds us. Through Torah, you can help us to understand our world a little better. Through Torah, you teach us to take good care of your holy creation. Holy, holy, holy is Adonai, the Eternal. The whole earth is filled with God's glory.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz kivodo.
And now, we'll be seated. We join with a song, Shema Kolenu, O God, please hear our voice.
Shema kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, chus v'rachem aleinu. Shema kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, chus v'rachem aleinu. V'kabel b'rachamim u'v'ratzon et tefilateinu, ki el shomea tefilot v'tachanunim אתה שמע קולנו, אדוני אלוהינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. שמע קולנו, אדוני אלוהינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. יאי לה 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 לה, יאי לה 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 לה, יאי לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 יה לה 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 לה, יאי לה 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 לה, יאי לה 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 לה, יאי לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 יה לה 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 לה.
Page 33. Yom Kippur is a time for us to think about what we've done wrong. We remember that sometimes we don't do what we should. Sometimes we say things that are unkind. Sometimes we have not been helpful to others. Sometimes we have made mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all have done something wrong at times. On Yom Kippur, we think about our mistakes and pray that we will not make the same mistakes again. Then we must act in ways that makes us better people. O God, help us to remember our sins and help us to do better this year. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. Al chet, for the sin of not always telling the truth. Al chet, for the sin of hurting others when we were angry. Al chet, for the sin of not helping our parents. Al chet, for the sin of not listening to our teachers. Al chet, for the sin of blaming others when we were at fault. Al chet, for the sin of not getting along with our brothers and sisters. Al chet, for the sin of saying bad things about others. Al chet, for the sin of not sharing what we have with others. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. For all these sins and for others, forgive us, O God, and help us not to repeat them in the new year.
סלח לנו, מחלנו, כפר לנו. ועל כולם אלוה סליחות, סלח לנו, מחלנו, סלח לנו, מחלנו, כפר לנו.
So now we turn to our Torah service. Torah is our guide. It teaches us what's good and how to live as good and caring people. The Torah is our most precious gift from God. Beit Yaakov lechu v'ne'alcha be'or Adonai, O house of Jacob. Come, let us walk by the light of the eternal God as we rise now. We stand in front of the open ark, as our people has done from generation to generation. We speak to God as Avinu Malkeinu, which means that God is Avinu, like our parent, one who cares about us. And God is Malkeinu, our ruler who watches over us. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our prayers. Avinu Malkeinu, help us to be better people. Avinu Malkeinu, may the new year be a good one for us. Avinu Malkeinu, answer us. Avinu Malkeinu, have mercy upon us and save us.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu Vanenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu כי אין מנעו מעשים.
This is our Torah. We love it. And give thanks to God for giving it to our people. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Havu godel Eloheinu utnu chavod laTorah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah.
Shema Yisrael
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד כי כל בשמיים ובארץ כי כל בשמיים ובארץ לך אדוני הממלכה והמתנשא לכל ראש שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. והאר עינינו בתורתך ודבק בנו בצוותיך ויחל לבבינו לאהבה ויראה את שמך ולא נבוש ולא ניכלם ולא ניכשל לעולם ועד. והאר עינינו בתורתך ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך ויחל לבבינו לאהבה ויראה את שמך. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל
ונגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים ומלואו. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים ומלואו.
Okay, but Cantor, we just put away the Torah scrolls.
Uh-oh.
I think there's another Torah scroll that we get to use from. Okay, good, excellent. So, because we hardly get to use our Sephardic scroll, so please be seated, because with this Yom Kippur, it's one of those special times that we pull out the ladder, because trust me, you need a ladder. And we bring down the Sephardic scroll, and in a moment I will invite you to come up. If you want to come look at it, you can come look at it after we read from it. It's beautiful. It's so different. Sephardic Jews, they come from the Middle East and Spain, and so they're more nomadic. They traditionally, the Jews of Spain and the Middle East, they would travel around, and of course the weather was hot and dry. And so being hot and dry weather, that you have sand blowing. Well, just putting a cloth cover over the Torah scroll wouldn't protect the Torah scroll. So instead, they would put the Torah into a beautiful teak, into a beautiful case like this to help protect it. It makes it heavier to carry. That's why we don't hakafah with it. It's good weightlifting, not on Yom Kippur. But it's such a beauty to bring out and an honor to bring out. And in a bit, when I invite you to come up to take a look at it, you'll notice the parchment even looks a little bit different than the other parchment that we see on the big scrolls that are behind us here in our Ashkenazic scrolls. So, page 37, our Jewish faith teaches us to love life, to appreciate all of its wonders and possibilities for happiness. On Yom Kippur, we think about our lives and all the choices that we make each and every day throughout the year. There are so many important choices to make. We must choose what we say because words can hurt others or give them joy. We must choose how to spend our time and use our talents. We must choose when to reach out and help and when to sit quietly and listen. On Yom Kippur, our Yom Kippur Torah portion, join with me, reminds us how important our choices are. God tells us, "See, I have set before you this day life and good, or death and evil. I command you this day to love Adonai the Eternal, to walk in the ways of God, and to keep the mitzvot, commandments." As we read Torah now, let us think about how we can make our choices ones that will bring happiness and blessing to our loved ones, friends, and to ourselves in the new year. So we are honored on this Yom Kippur morning to have 3 students who became B'nai Mitzvah in the past year for doing the blessing before the reading of Torah, Allison Firestein, reading from Torah itself, Max Boone, and doing the blessing, reciting the blessing after the reading of Torah, Emily Brown. If the 3 of you will come up and join us. So Allison, come on up over here first. Well, yeah, she's going to do it from over there. Hey, Allison, come take your tzitzit and touch your tzitzit to the first word, atem tzadeh. So now we're going to close it. And now here, why don't you turn around this way to the congregation. Perfect.
Baruch et Adonai Hambra.
Baruch Adonai Habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambra le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim. V'nata lanu et torato Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Emily, on the table there is the English of the reading as well. Okay, so you have. Okay, where's the Yad Cantor? Oh, perfect. Excellent. All right, yours.
Atem nitzavim hayom kulechem lifnei Adonai Elohechem rishechem shivtechem ziknechem v'shotrechem kol ish Yisrael tapechem nishechem v'gerecha asher bekerev machanecha mechotev etzecha Ad shoev meimecha leovrecha bivrit Adonai Elohecha uvalato asher Adonai Elohecha koretz incha hayom lema'an hakim atecha hayom lo le'am Vehu yihyelecha le'elohim ka'asher diber lach v'ka'asher nishbach lavatecha le'avraham layitzkach u'Yaakov.
Yashakoach. Max, if you will just go ahead and here, turn around and face everybody there. Read us our English translation.
You stand this day, all of you, before your eternal God, the heads of your tribes, your elders and officers, all the men in Israel, your wives and children, and the strangers in your camp, for the ones who chops your wood to the ones who draw your water, to enter into the sworn covenant which your eternal God makes you with this day, in order to establish you from now on as the people whose only God is Adonai, as you have been promised, and God promised to your ancestors, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Emily, come on over. Okay, and go ahead and touch Yaakov. That's the last word. Kiss. Perfect.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach to each of you. Thank you so very, very much. I will invite, if anybody wants to come up, any of the kids want to come up real quick to take a look at the Torah, come on up. Come on over here. Thank you, guys. And you can take a quick look over here at the Torah scroll because it's so different. It's very cool how it's done on deer skin. So it's a softer type of parchment. Yeah, you can touch, not where the writing is, but you can touch on the back. And then after you have, if you will, go ahead and move over so others can come up too. Awesome. Thank you, guys. There you go. And just like all the other Torah scrolls, it's all handwritten. Somebody sits down, a scribe sits down and writes the Torah scroll, just like all of our other scrolls. And this one comes from Iraq in the Middle East. And it's quite a wonderful gift. So Jack, let's go ahead. If you've already had a chance to see it up close, go ahead and scooch back so other people can see it up close as well. Okay, if you've seen it up close, go ahead and head on back. Here you go, Izzy. Come here, Izzy. Do you need a hand? There you go, honey. All right, perfect. All right, come on forward. There you go. Because it's such a great experience to see it up close because we always keep it way up high, right? And you can see even like we talk about on Shabbat mornings, how there are the lines that the scribe sits there and etches into the parchment so that he or she can keep it straight. I don't know about you guys, but if I write without lines, okay? So, but those lines are there. It is old. It is old. It is over 100 years old. Probably even more than that, actually. So if you had a chance to see it up close, let's scooch away so others can see it too. There you go. And then see how on the seam here, it's sewn together. So that way it's all put together. There you go. Pretty cool. And it even has the crowns. So the writing looks the same as all the other Torah scrolls, right? Exactly. There you go. Good job, guys. Excellent. Yeah, I know. Nice and soft. Exactly. So yeah, it's more supple than the other. Well, this is great question. So she asked if paper is not soft, and actually it's parchment. And parchment comes from a kosher animal. And a kosher animal has split hooves and chews its cud. And so they have to carefully scrape it and stretch it and then make it into parchment. There you go. How do they make it so soft? I think because this parchment is made from the skin from deer. It's and the process, they make it more like leather than like the parchment that we see on the other big Torah scrolls. There you go. Here we go. Let's let Mr. Waits in too. He wants to see too. He's our big kid also. Yeah, awesome, guys. Thank you so very much. And anybody who wants to come up and see it later after services, you are welcome to come up and take a look as well. If the people need it in time, how do they finish it in time? That's a great question, Izzy. So it takes a scribe a year, at least, to write a Torah scroll. So they have to kind of give themselves that much time. I cannot call up a scribe and say, hey, I need a Torah scroll next week, because they'll laugh at me, unless they have one that they've already written. So there you go. What's the white part? That's a great question. So on Sephardic teaks, they will have this here. Sometimes they'll write who donated the Torah scroll. It's kind of like having a plaque on the case. So this is their way of having a plaque. So it could have said, this Torah scroll was donated by, or this is where the Torah scroll is from, or how old it is. You could have all sorts of different information on it. Thank you. Good question. Oh, good question. Is it all from one deer? Probably not. It's probably from a lot of different deers. But you know what? They stretch it too. So who knows? All right, guys, should we close it? Well, actually, you know what we need to do? What? Oh, what if they break it if they stretch it? That's a really good question. If they break it when they stretch it, then they got to find a different piece, because they got to make sure it's big enough to make one parchment piece. But I think we have to do Vizot HaTorah, right, Cantor? So I'm going to invite, and you guys stay right here, because you're going to help me close it in just a second. Can we ask everybody to please rise as we give honor to the Torah? Vizot HaTorah. And then we take our pinkies like this, and then we kiss it, just like we did earlier. Asher Moshe, Vizot HaTorah Asher Moshe. Lifnei b'nei Yisrael, Lifnei b'nei Yisrael. Vizot HaTorah, Vizot HaTorah, Vizot HaTorah. All right, guys, ready? We're going to close it. Let's close it. Bring it together. There you go. Can you reach that and put that over there? Good. Can you reach? Go the other way. Go the other way. Latch it on. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Somebody want to help put the yod back on there too?
Oh, yes, we need to put the yod back on. Ooh, here we go. I need somebody tall. Here we go. You got it? Perfect. Come here, Jonah. Jonah, can you put the yod? Do you think you can reach right there? Ready?
Good job.
Perfect. Good job, my friends. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, can you guys help me have everybody be seated? You ready? Turn around. Put your hands up high. Exactly. Jonah knows how to do this. And there you go. Beautiful. You are that much closer to B'nai Mitzvah. Good job, guys. Thank you. You can return to your seat, because now we're going to talk about our Haftarah, which is not a half a Torah. The Haftarah is an additional reading. It's a reading from prophets and from different part of Tanakh. So the Jewish Bible is called Tanakh, Torah, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim. So the Torah, first 5 books of the Bible, Nevi'im are the prophets, Ketuvim are the writings. So our Haftarah is the story of Jonah. It's this additional reading. It's something that we can learn about for especially this idea and this theme of Yom Kippur. So on page 39, you're welcome to follow along, or you can just listen. Jonah was a prophet. God called on him to carry a message to the people of the ancient city of Nineveh. They were wicked people, and God wanted them to change their ways and be good. So God commanded Jonah to go to Nineveh and tell the people to behave. But Jonah was afraid to go. His faith was not strong, so Jonah decided to run away. He got on a boat and hid there. But God knew where Jonah was hiding. God knows everything. God caused a big storm to shake and toss the boat. It rolled from side to side in the big storm until Jonah fell out of the boat and into the sea. Just then, a big fish, sometimes we say it's a whale, but actually in Hebrew it says dag, which means fish. So a big fish passed by. Jonah looked like a tasty snack, so the big fish swallowed him up. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah was stuck in the belly of this great big fish. Then all of a sudden, the fish spit Jonah out onto dry land. And where do you suppose Jonah landed? Nineveh. Jonah learned his lesson. He decided to obey God and deliver God's message to the people of Nineveh. He told the king all that God commanded him to say. The king listened. All the people of Nineveh understood that they had been very bad. Everyone agreed to change their ways, and change they did. Everyone started to act as they should. They were helpful, kind, and loving, and because they became good people, God blessed them. On Yom Kippur, we remember the people of Nineveh and how they changed their ways. On Yom Kippur, we are reminded that we can also become better people and become more helpful, kind, and loving. So that is our story with Jonah. Now, it says in our prayer book to return the Torah to the ark. I don't have a ladder, so we're going to leave it out here. But you know what? I want us to sing, Paul, if you will, help us to go ahead and cantor, to sing Eitz Chaim Hi, which is that Torah is a tree of life. It's always growing. It's alive, and how beautiful it is. So let's join together with the singing of Eitz Chaim Hi.
Eitz Chaim Hi, למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר. תרחיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום.
So, when God created the world, and a very long, long time ago, how long ago? A really long time ago. Ages ago. The world had many large and fabulous creatures. One of those creatures was a gigantic, huge, big, yellow bird. You're not as big as I thought you'd be. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, well, do you think you can play the part of a nice, big, yellow bird? Sure. All right, because I need you to be gigantic. Ah! Yeah, spread them out more. Okay, maybe not that. All right, well, we're going to pretend, okay? Everybody go ahead. Here you go. I want you to pretend that my bird here, my good friend, here, is a really, really big bird. Ah! And he has dark red wings and a big purple head. Sounds lovely. I know, it really is, actually. We're just going to go with it, okay? Okay, sounds good. All right, so do you have any idea what kind of bird this is called? That is big, yellow, red wings, and a big purple head? Any idea what kind of bird that is? It's a ziz. Everybody say ziz. Very nice. Adults, you did very well as well. All right, so the ziz was so huge, yes I was, that when he spread out his wings, a little bit bigger, he blocked the sun, as if there were a dark rain cloud. Every time he flew over a town, all the mothers would call out to their children, "Come inside quickly before it rains." This made the ziz sad because he loved children and he didn't want to spoil their playtime. So the ziz decided he was going to try something different. "I think I'll go flying at night." That sounds like an awesome idea. So the ziz went flying around at night so that no one would notice that he made the sky dark with his gigantic wings. Really big wings. You got that image, right? Good. Okay. And that worked fine for a while. But then one night, the gigantic big ziz flew too high, and bumped into a star. Crash! Uh-oh. And watched the star fall all the way down to the earth. Crash! Oh my gosh, that's not good. Uh-oh. The star fell down and it burned a huge hole in the earth. Well, the next morning when the ziz saw just how big that hole was, he was very, very worried. "What can I do to cover this hole?" He thought about it for a while. He came up with an idea. He stretched out his huge wings, went back up into the sky, and this time he knocked down a cloud. Crash! And plop! And the cloud was full of rain and water, and it filled the great big hole with all that water. Now the big hole was a lovely pond, and it was a great place to go swimming. So all the children, they came running, and they came screaming with delight, and they went swimming, and they were so happy, and the ziz was so excited. "Yay! My mistake is all fixed. Phew! Okay, that was good." So now, one day, the ziz, he made a mistake that he couldn't fix. Really? Yeah, here's how it goes. It was the week before Yom Kippur. He was flying along, not watching where he was going, and he flew smack dab right into a giant pine tree. Crash! Oh, ow. You okay? Yeah, I think so. Ziz, look behind you. Uh-oh. Crash! Went a tree. And then that tree hit another tree, and that tree hit another tree, and then that tree fell into and on a garden filled with lots of fruits and vegetables. But it wasn't just any garden of fruits and vegetables. It was the garden that the children had been working on so hard for so long. And the garden was destroyed. Uh-oh. Well, the ziz, he was so upset, for the whole garden was smashed to bits. "I can't knock down a cloud and fix that." So the ziz flew home, and he sat down in his own garden to think. He had watched the children plant all year long and take care of that garden. You know the garden that we have in the preschool? It's like that, where you take care of the soil and you plant seeds, and then you take care of the plants until it gives you wonderful fruits and vegetables. He had been watching this all year, and then he watched as they would take the fruits and the vegetables and hang them in the sukkah. What am I going to do? What are the children going to do this year without all the fruits and vegetables for their sukkah? So the ziz spread out his great big wings, and he flew over to have a chat with God. The ziz likes to go and have a chat with God. And in fact, the best place that ziz loves to go and have a chat with God is on top of, what mountain do you think he would go to? What do you think? Yes? Sinai, very good, awesome. And I heard it over here too, good job. Mount Sinai. So he flew there, and the ziz was so huge, he was so huge that when he stood on Mount Sinai, his purple feathered head reached right up into heaven. What have you done this time? God asked as soon as he saw the ziz. This wasn't the first time that Ziz had come to Mount Sinai after making a mistake. I knocked over a great big tree. It knocked over another tree, and then finally a tree fell into the children's garden. The children's garden? God asked. Yeah, Ziz admitted. That's a problem, God said. I can't knock down a cloud and make it better. No, you can't, God said. What should I do? Well, I want you to do something for me. Yeah? Okay, what do you want? I'll do anything, I promise. I want you to go on a search, and I want you to find and bring back the hardest word. The hardest word? Yep. The hardest word. Now go. So the Ziz stretched out his big wings, and he went off in search. He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. Flap, flap, I'm the biggest bird. Flap, flap, searching for the hardest word. So after searching the whole day, the Ziz stopped to rest at the edge of a forest. In a little house nearby, he heard a mother and child arguing with each other. I don't want to go to bed. How many times have we heard that one? But you need your rest. But I'm not tired. Sound familiar? Good night, the mother finally said, and she closed the door. That's it! Yes, the hardest word. The Ziz found it, he thought, and so he flew as fast as he could back to Mount Sinai with such great excitement, and he put his big bird feet on top of the mountain, and he poked his purple feathered head up into heaven, and he said, I found it! I found the hardest word. Really, said God, what is it? It's good night. Yeah, good night, huh? You know what? I don't think that's it, Ziz. That's not it? No, that's a pretty hard word, absolutely. But, Ziz, that's not the hardest word. Oh. Well, go find it. So the Ziz went ahead, spread out his mighty wings, and he went flying. He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. Flap, flap, I'm the biggest bird. Flap, flap, searching for the hardest word. After searching all day, Ziz stopped at a big feast on the grounds of a castle. Now, he listened, and with so many people talking, he felt that for sure somebody would say the hardest word. I'm hungry, a little girl said to her mom. May I have some pescetti, please? Pescetti? The mother smiled and said, oh, you want spaghetti. That's it, the Ziz realized, I've got it. So the Ziz flew all the way back to Mount Sinai, and he spread out his big wings, and he got to the mountaintop, stuck his head up in heaven, and said, hey, God, I got it. I got the hardest word. Really, what's the hardest word? Spaghetti. Okay, yeah, you know, that is a hard word. It's a hard one to say. You're absolutely right. Yeah, see, didn't I tell you? See, that was it, yep. But you know what? There's still even a harder word than that. Really? Yep, there is. Go out and find it. So the Ziz spread out his wings once again, and he went back out in search. He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. Flap, flap, I'm the biggest bird. Flap, flap, searching for the hardest word. And so the Ziz searched for 3 more days, and he brought back lots and lots of words to Mount Sinai. He brought back words like rock. That's hard, right? That made sense. That's not it. Rhinoceros. Oh, yeah, no, that's not it. Ridiculous. That wasn't it. Rumpelstiltskin. Nope. Okay, let's try this one. You ready? Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's a really hard one. I can't even spell it. Yeah, no. That's not it. And each time, God sent the Ziz back to go find the hardest word. By the evening of Yom Kippur, the Ziz had brought back over 100 different words to Mount Sinai. God hadn't accepted any of them. The Ziz was so discouraged. He had tried and tried. He had flown back to Mount Sinai one more time to have a conversation with God. What word did you bring back this time, Ziz? No word, the Ziz said quietly. No word? No. I've come to say I'm sorry. I can't find the hardest word. You can't? No. I'm sorry. You're sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry. Good job, Ziz. You found the hardest word. I did? Now the Ziz was really confused. Yeah, said God. The hardest word is sorry. While all the words you brought back were very hard, sorry is the hardest. I always say I'm sorry on Yom Kippur, the Ziz said. Well, you should say it at other times too. Like when I smashed the garden? That's right. The Ziz thanked God, pulled his purple feathered head out of heaven. He spread out his great big wings and he flew back to the children's garden. However, on the way, he stopped at his own garden and he gathered a big basket of fruits and vegetables and he brought it back to the children. And then it was time for him to say the hardest word. Yep. Sorry. It is the hardest word for us to sometimes have to say. It's also one of the most important words for us to have to say as well. And so on this Yom Kippur, may we find those moments where we can learn how to say, I'm sorry, but not only today. I'm sorry, it's an important word every day. And that is our story. Shana Tova. It is my pleasure to call forward our president, Andrea Wasserman, to come and to share a few announcements with us as we get ready to conclude our service.
Shana Tova. Thank you all for being here this morning. It's been such a fun and enjoyable service. I want to call your attention to just a few announcements. At 11 o'clock, we are going to have our morning service. We are going to have an intercession before the afternoon service, which starts at 3:30. We are going to have 4 intercession topics. The first one is Jonah, scratching beneath the surface of the text. That will be presented by Mike Rubin. Next, we will have Flexible Body, Flexible Brain. The presenter is Eleanor Silverstein. The Journey to Sinai, Examining My Relationship with My Temple. Angela Holmes will be the presenter. Discovering Our Biases, Which Prevent Us from Meaningful Interaction, and Tikkun Olam. Presenter is Rusty Kennedy. All of these, I believe, will be held in the school building. Also, we will have Break the Fast later this afternoon, early evening, hosted by Sisterhood. Lastly, the high holidays continue with Sukkot, October 16th, and Simchat Torah, October 23rd. Please remember also, if you haven't, to bring your bag of groceries. We are trying to collect 600 bags, so if you haven't done that, please do that. You can do it when you come to services or during the week next week. Shana Tova.
Thank you very much. So, a final prayer. Because on the morning service, we don't actually conclude with Aleinu. Yom Kippur goes the entire day. And so here's our final prayer for this moment. And I invite you to join along with me on page 41. And I'm going to invite also our Baal Tekiah, Matthew Griffin, to come forward. Let's read together. On this Yom Kippur day, we have joined together in prayer. We have given thanks to God for our lives, and we have said we are sorry for the mistakes we made during the past year. Now we are ready to begin a new year. We hope we will learn more about being good people and being kinder and more helpful to others in the days ahead. May the new year bring all of us, all the people of Israel, and all human beings, the blessings of justice and peace. In a moment, we're going to rise and join together with Osei Shalom, and then we're going to hear that Tekiah Gedolah, that last great shofar blast. But remember, it doesn't mean it's the end, but it's an opportunity to hear it and to ask ourselves, what does that sound remind us of? I also want to just quickly say thank you guys for being here. I am so proud of all of our youth who are here. You guys were amazing during the service. So I hope that I will see you on lots of Shabbatot, because it is so good to have you in here. It's really good. It is so important. So thank you. And parents, thank you for bringing them, and grandparents. So everybody stand up. Let's join together with our singing of Osei Shalom.
Osei Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Here we go, everybody, the big call.
Tekiah
Tekiah
Gedolah.
Gedolah. Yasher Koach. Chatima Tova. May God inscribe us all in the book of life for a good and sweet year. And let us say, Amen. Chatima Tova, everyone. Thank you.